So we're here at the SES New York. Had a fantastic session, Spy versus Spy. We looked at some tools and things that you can do to monitor your competition. I have the speakers here with me, Matt Van Wagner and Marcus Tober. Yes. I'm just going to ping some questions, guys. You raised some really good points in regards of all the tools there. And one of the things that you said was that you shouldn't take the data literally, but look at it as an indication.
Yeah, I think a lot of tools collect data in different types of ways. Some are more accurate than others, and even within the same tool, they do some things very, very well and others not so well. Okay. So if they tell you that someone is paying $1 a click and they're in position 1, that's one data point. Then look at the other tools and sort of get a sense for the range of CPC and use it, again, just as a estimate. Okay.
You being a tool vendor, what is your take on this in regards of the accuracy of the data?
Yeah, the thing is you can't be really accurate because you have only data from the outside, but you always have a trend. But that's the point. If you try to find the accuracy, you can waste your time. And that's the biggest problem, because if you waste your time by making the competitive analysis, you forget to focus on your business, right? And
okay. So what would be the, I mean, if I was a total beginner in this industry and I was realizing that my competition was doing something that was gaining far more success than I was, what would be the single thing that you want them to do to be able to react?
Well, I think the single most important thing is to look at the triad of the keywords, the ads, and the landing page. Now, you can't see the keyword, but you can see the ads and you can see the landing pages. So, number one, assess to see their strength of those two elements versus your own site. Okay. But you do need to know if they are going into keyword areas that you should be in that you're not. Maybe you've got a very constricted keyword list, and so use tools like SearchMetrics or Keyword Spy or SpyFu or any of these tools that are out there, and just get a quick assessment. Is it an order of magnitude difference in the number of keywords that they're buying versus the keywords that you're buying, and evaluate what's listed as keywords they're buying. They may not be appropriate for you.
Your question was about, you were impressed by the success of your competition, right?
Yeah, and you kind of like a new in the business, you don't know what to do. What are the right actions here?
Yeah, sometimes really the smallest things make the success, and then you have to look, why are they successful? Maybe they have a sticky product. Maybe they have something that you don't have. For example, do they have, a very interesting landing page concept where you can convert much easier than on your site. If you have an e-commerce business and you need 7 steps, to convert, to get the sale, maybe it's easier to improve by looking at the competition, and this is what I always do. I don't look at a keyword level, I don't look at one link, I look at the overall equation and try to find out what's the magic formula for my competition.
Okay. So we addressed a little bit here the pay-per-click aspect of this, but what about social media and organic? Yeah. Where do we stand there?
That's a very good question. These are my slides that I missed. Social, if you have a boring business like real estate, that was on my slides. If you're Zillow or Realtor or Homes.com, if you look at the social engagement of the user, and there are tools out there where you can take a look on which content is user engaged, you can understand how you can also in an unsexy business engage the user. And for example, I have, it's Trulia, they have a crime map for how many crimes do you have in which city in US. And this is the most shared site on Trulia. And if you look at all the others, Realtor and Zillow, they have boring, listings, and nobody shares a boring real estate listing. This is, from my perspective, where you can learn from the others in the social space.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think there's some networks that just wouldn't be available for some product lines. For example, if you sell hemorrhoid cream, probably that's not going to be getting a lot of share socially. Okay, so the probably social signals are not as important in personal health information, pharmaceuticals, medical devices, but for things like the people do socially, looking at the symphony, buying cars, restaurants, hotels, things where say, hey, did you hear about this great, new chef down at blah, blah, blah. Yeah. This is what social's all about. So I think it really depends on the market space that you're in. And if you see that your competitors are getting great visibility using some of these signals and you're not there, then they are probably, eating your lunch.
Okay. So we've addressed the off-site signals. What about the on-site signals? I mean, can we use Google Analytics as a sample to monitor our competition, or are there any other tools that you can have on your website that you can use to monitor what's happening?
Yeah, you have different kind of tools that Google also offers. The Ad Planner, you have Insights for Search, you have Compete, for example, you have our tools, you have a lot of tools that try to give you an understanding also from the inside perspective, not just from the outside. But if you don't have the access to their data, it's only an estimation or forecast of data they could have. Okay.
Yeah, I would say that the best thing to do is to call your competitor and ask them if you can get a log into their Google Analytics, or can they put some of your code on their site, and you'll just take it from there. But no, that's the difficult part. So much of what we have to do, we have to infer from the outside signals that we see. Yeah. So I think that's the really important part. I mean, you can look at code issues. You can look at how their pages are structured and how good is their metadata, how good are their tags, and you can do some assessment that way. But no, you'll never know. You can't get on the other side of the wall.
Sometimes I wish. Sometimes I wish. Okay, guys, well, let's wrap it up like that. And I thank you for doing this interview, and it was lovely moderating the session. And until next time, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Kristjan.
Thank you.
Cheers.